Welcome back to the Nap Lab. Today we're reviewing the Kingsdown Passions Merridale. This is a 13.5-inch coil mattress made of comfort foam, a pocketed coil support base, and topped with a 1-inch quilted cover. Their website claims the Passions line is made using the most advanced technologies that include enhanced cooling covers, edge-to-edge support, and a tri-zone support system. Coming in at $1,500 for a queen, that all sounds like a steal, but is it? We put the Passions Merridale through our battery of objective and data-driven tests to see exactly how it measures up. As we pull up the performance scorecard for the Merridale, we see it performed quite well in our tests, if not just a bit underwhelming. On the high end, cooling scored a 9.0 and edge scored a 9.2, so those claims appear to have merit. From there, most categories fell between an 8.0 and an 8.9, which include motion transfer, response time, sex, pressure relief, and off-gassing. The company category was the notable exception with a score of only 7.2. This left the Merridale with an overall score of 8.47. This is just slightly below average and ranks it within the bottom 38% among all mattresses tested to date. The Kingsdown Passions Merridale comes in two firmness levels, medium firm and firm. We tested the medium firm version and found the mattress to be true to its name, coming in at a 6 out of 10 on our firm scale, where 10 is the most firm, creating a medium firm feel. Although we didn't test it in-house, I would estimate the firm version would be around an 8 out of 10. Next, we're going to talk through what the Passions Merridale does best. First, the Merridale has great cooling with limited heat retention. During our cooling tests, the mattress breathed well and dissipated heat quickly. Second, the Merridale had above average edge support for both sitting and lying at the edge of the mattress. The mattress uses a perimeter edge support foam that creates robust edge support. Third, there was limited off-gassing when the mattress arrived. Our Merridale took only 4 days to fully rid itself of any noticeable odors. However, all mattresses aren't ideal for all sleepers. Let's talk through the important consideration points for the Passions Merridale. First, overall, the mattress had a slightly below average performance with a slightly above average price tag. That's definitely not the combination we want to see. Second, motion transfer levels were somewhat high, but nothing crazy. The Merridale's 9-inch pocketed coil unit is perhaps a bit too prominent to deliver a lower level motion transfer, especially given the relatively limited comfort layer. Finally, while pressure relief is good at an 8.0, it could be better. Again, more comfort material would have helped here, as there are only 2.5 inches of foam between your body and the coil unit. Your body weight and sleep position impact the types of mattresses that are best able to support you. Our analysis is designed to help match the correct mattress to the right body type and sleeping positions. Support on the Passions Merridale is good. During our tests, I felt well supported in all sleeping positions. The mattress is equipped with a 10-inch support layer. This is 2.11 inches thicker than the average support layer thickness of 7.89 inches based on all of our tests to date. For a mattress to be supportive, it needs to keep the body in a neutral, supported alignment while also creating sufficient comfort and pressure relief. During our tests, the Kingsdown Passions mattress achieved those requirements. However, as we'll discuss in the pressure relief section, I am quite concerned about the material quality of the foam layers in the mattress. None of the layers look or feel high quality or especially durable. As a result, I'm concerned that the mattress is likely to develop sagging, comfort, and pressure relief issues quickly. As those issues develop, the mattress will no longer create sufficient support. We've tested other Kingsdown mattresses and noted similar material quality issues on those tests as well. See our Kingsdown Prime Parking review and Kingsdown Insignia Cool Start review for more information. In general, I'm not overly impressed with the types of foam materials that Kingsdown is using in any of their mattresses. While the Passions Merridale is the best support performance we've seen from Kingsdown, it's still below average compared to the 300 plus mattresses we've tested to date. Be sure to visit us over at naplab.com/mattress-quiz. There, you can submit your needs and preferences, and we'll send you back a personalized recommendation based on your inputs. Next up, we're going to move on to our individual performance tests. At Nap Lab, we test each mattress by analyzing it according to 10 different factors that impact the feel, comfort, and performance. First up, we have a cooling test. To measure cooling, we lie on the mattress for 15 minutes, allow it to absorb body heat. Then, we get off the mattress and take periodic measurements of the surface level temperature. Our tests show how the mattress retains and releases heat and overall cooling performance. Mattresses that breathe better, retain less heat, and sleep cooler are better, as they allow sleepers to maintain a comfortable temperature. The Kingsdown Passions Merridale has excellent cooling. During our test, I did not feel any significant heat retention around my body. The mattress seemed to breathe well and avoided any major heat buildup on the surface. The cooling performance benefits from the limited use of memory-foam, with just a half-inch layer and a relatively thin comfort layer at just 3.5 inches. In addition, the coil base brings added airflow and is simply a layer that isn't able to absorb heat. According to Kingsdown, the cover contains cooling gel fibers. Notably, the cover does not have a cool to the touch feel, but those cooling fibers aren't a negative either. In our objective temperature test, we measured a max surface level temperature of 90.0 degrees Fahrenheit. This is 0.2 degrees warmer than the average of 89.8 degrees based on all of our tests to date. After getting off the mattress, the temperature declined by 4.9 degrees from minute 0 to 1, which is 0.3 degrees better than the 0 to 1 minute decline of 4.6 degrees. When we consider the combination of objective data, my subjective experiences, and an analysis of the materials, I'm confident in my view that cooling is excellent. For the Sinkage test, we lie on the mattress. In addition, we used a 12-pound medicine ball to test pressure point sinkage. Deeper sinkage can cause sleepers to feel overly enveloped by the material layers, while less sinkage can make you feel that you're sleeping more on top of the mattress as opposed to in it. Sinkage is a preferential factor. Some prefer more, others less. The Kingsdown Passions Merridale has moderate sinkage. During our test, we measured a pressure point sinkage depth of 2.24 inches. This is 0.07 inches more sinkage than the average sinkage depth of 2.17 inches based on all of our tests to date. The mattress creates a balanced body contouring hug. Despite the fact Kingsdown calls this a hybrid, it certainly creates more of a traditional coil mattress feel. There isn't any type of dramatic body contouring hug. Instead, we have a moderate sinkage depth and a thick quilted cover that restrains the hug. The Kingsdown.com product page says it's a gel-infused memory foam, but it certainly doesn't create any type of a notable memory foam feel. When I cut the mattress open to assess the material layers, it doesn't look like any gel memory foam I've seen before. It appears to be just a regular memory foam, possibly with a very minimal infusion of copper beads. While this layer does feel like memory foam, it's only half an inch thick. That is incredibly thin and just not thick enough to create a noted memory foam feel. Instead, the combination of a quilted cover, 2-inch polyfoam layer within the core, and coil unit creates a more traditional coil-type mattress feel. To test motion transfer, we place one 12-pound medicine ball on one side of the mattress and drop another 12-pound medicine ball on the opposite side. In addition, we use an accelerometer to objectively measure the motion generated by the medicine ball drop. Low motion transfer is better as it helps sleeping partners avoid disturbing each other during the night. The Kingsdown Passions Merridale has a low level of motion transfer. During our test, we measured a total acceleration range of 8.85 meters per second squared. This is 1% more motion transfer than the average of 8.75 meters per second squared. In my view, the greatest factor helping to mitigate motion is the thick quilted cover. It's a relatively soft cover that's loosely packed with material. In addition, the half-inch memory foam below the cover also helps to disperse energy and reduce bounce. In our motion transfer chart, which visualizes our accelerometer data, we can see the highest motion peaks from 0 to 0.21 seconds. Motion remains spiky thereafter, and it's not until 1.01 seconds that we return to near zero levels of energy. The motion intensity is low, which is great to see. However, motion duration is notably worse than average. It's not ideal for the mattress to take a full second to fully disperse all energy. Longer motion durations, even when intensity is lower, can create a disturbance for sleepers during the night. To test response time, we place a 12-pound medicine ball on the mattress. Once it's fully at rest, we then quickly remove it and objectively measure the amount of time it takes for the mattress to recover and resume its original shape. A faster response time is better, as quicker responding material layers better adapt to your changes in movement and prevent any type of a stuck feeling. The Kingsdown Passions Merridale is a mixed bag for material responsiveness, with a very fast motion recovery response time and a moderate full recovery response time. In our motion recovery test, we measured a recovery speed of 0.3 seconds, which is 0.13 seconds faster than the average of 0.43 seconds based on all our tests to date. In our fully recovered responses test, we measured a recovery speed of 1.2 seconds, which is 0.22 seconds slower than the average of 0.98 seconds. While a majority of the materials, including the 2-inch polyfoam and coil unit, are able to recover back to their shape quickly, the half-inch memory foam layer is considerably slower. Said memory foam layer has a more traditional memory foam feel. It's slower to rebound back to its original shape, and its recovery speed is slowing down the entire mattress. Fortunately, it's still a relatively thin half-inch layer, so ease of movement isn't overly negatively impacted. Even so, responsiveness speeds at this level are far from ideal. To run the bounce test, we drop a 12-pound medicine ball onto the mattress. We measure the maximum depth the ball sinks to before rebounding up, as well as the maximum height it achieved on the bounce. Bounce is a preferential factor. Some prefer more, others less. However, more bounce is typically better than less, as it improves ease of movement, aids in response time, and improves sex performance. The Passions Merridale has a moderate level of bounce. During our test, we measured a total bounce height of 9.10 inches. This is 0.16 inches less bounce than the average of 9.26 inches based on all of our tests to date. The lower than average bounce is achieved through the mix of quilted cover, memory foam, and polyfoam comfort layer. In particular, the loosely packed quilted cover and traditional memory foam are both having an outsized impact on bounce reduction. All that said, while bounce is lower than average, it's not so low to be a major hindrance to ease of movement or sex performance. I expect this level of bounce will be sufficient for most sleepers. For an assessment of edge support, I lie on and sit on the edge of the mattress to measure the level of support and compression. Less thingish while sitting and lying directly on the edge of the mattress is better, as it creates a more supportive edge for sleeping, lounging, and amorous activities. The Kingsdown Passions Merridale has excellent sitting edge support and excellent lying edge support. In our sitting edge support test, we measured a sitting sinkage compression of 3.5 inches. This is 0.53 inches less sitting sinkage than the average of 4.03 inches based on all our tests to date. Even with all my weight sitting on a single spot, the Kingsdown remained supportive and there was no collapse of materials. While lying directly on the edge of the mattress, I felt the support was excellent in all sleeping positions. The Kingsdown Merridale uses a support foam that wraps around the entire perimeter of the mattress. That support foam is 3.5 inches wide and 8.5 inches tall. It seems to be making a huge impact on edge support performance for both sitting and lying. Overall, I'm pleased with the edge support performance and expect it will be more than sufficient for most sleepers. Our sex test uses a weighted formula to assess sex performance. Higher balance and more supportive edge are the most important factors, with noise, pressure relief, and cooling being lesser weighted inputs. Mattresses with more balance and better edge support perform better for sex, as do mattresses that don't make as much noise and are more comfortable to lie on. The Kingsdown Passions Merridale has good sex performance. On the positive side, noise is minimal, and both cooling and edge support are excellent. With just 3.5 inches of sitting sinkage, the edge is robust and supportive. Fortunately, there are no major sex performance negatives, but we do have balance and pressure relief that earn good scores, but also scores that are far from great. Balance in particular is critical, as more balance is almost always better than less. The slightly below average level of balance holds the total sex score down considerably, and yet overall sex performance on the mattress was still solid. Our pressure relief test is the measure of overall pressure relief performance. We analyze materials, layers, thicknesses, density, and design elements in conjunction with a subjective assessment of our experience while lying on the mattress. Mattresses with better pressure relief are able to create a more comfortable sleeping surface. The Kingsdown Passions Merridale has a good level of pressure relief. During our test, I felt no significant pressure points on my body. Overall, I found the mattress comfortable, and yet it's clear that the pressure relief performance and material quality do not rise to the excellent or outstanding level. The mattress is equipped with 3.5 inches of comfort material, which is 0.65 inches less comfort material than the average comfort layer thickness of 4.15 inches based on all of our tests to date. Beyond the thinner than average comfort layer, I'm greatly concerned about the material quality. None of the foam layers look or feel especially high quality in hand or on the body. The 2-inch polyfoam layer in particular feels dry and has a notable crunchy sound to it. These attributes are typical of lower quality foams or foams at the end of their life. Given the thinner than average comfort layer and lower quality foams, I'm concerned that pressure relief performance will decline rapidly on the mattress as those foams break in and degrade with normal use. Beyond the longevity concerns, this mattress has limited body contouring and a more traditional coil mattress type of a feel. This is neither good nor bad, but it is a specific feel, one that you'll need to prefer in order to be comfortable on the mattress. When I consider our objective pressure mapping tests, material thickness, material quality, and my subjective experience on the mattress, I'm confident most sleepers will find pressure relief to be good, and yet not great. To evaluate off-gassing, we assess the mattress following the initial unboxing, taking a subjective measure of any strong smells. We monitor the mattress over a period of days until the mattress no longer has a strong odor. Mattresses with less strong odor and/or an odor that dissipates more quickly are better. The Kingsdown Passions Merridale had a strong smell upon initial arrival. The mattress smelled for 4 days. This is 2.5 days shorter than the average smell duration of 6.5 days. The company score takes a look at the factors that may influence your experience with the mattress. Factors include length of the trial period, warranty, shipping costs, return costs, trust, and country of origin. Kingsdown mattresses come with a 100-night trial period and a 10-year warranty. Shipping is free, but if you end up wanting to return the mattress, it'll cost you $150. Most of the company terms are kind of weak. The trial is 7 nights shorter than average, and the warranty is also shorter than average as well. Furthermore, $150 is the second highest return fee we've seen, only surpassed by Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster at their whopping $175. So, should you buy the Kingsdown Passions Merridale? The Merridale gets a fairly lukewarm recommendation. On the one hand, it has a great performance score relative to other Coil mattresses we've tested. On the other hand, Merridale's performance is nothing special compared to all mattress types we've tested to date. It has a performance that is below average and a price that is more than average. Needless to say, that's not the combination we want to see. But the mattress does have great cooling, excellent edge support, and good enough pressure relief. So while I think there are certainly better options for this price point, the Merridale is by no means a bad mattress. Well guys, that's it for this video. I hope you found it helpful. Comments or questions, please drop us those notes down below. If you're interested in buying the Kingsdown, we've got a link in the description. For more from NapLab, be sure to get subscribed, ring that bell, and visit us over at naplab.com. As always, thank you so much for watching.